Hey, what's up guys? This is Kills, and today we got a full guide and tutorial on the brand new Black Ops 6 Zombies map, Citadelle Des Morts. Before we start, if you don't mind hitting that subscribe button, it shows about 98% of the people who view my videos are currently not subscribed, and it will mean the world to me if you hit that subscribe and like button. Let's dive in. I would highly suggest buying Jug, Stamina Up, and getting PhD as your first 3 perks, just in case you go down the boss fight, you still have a chance to get it done. When you revive, as you know, your first 3 perks you're still going to have, so definitely buy these 3 perks first. First thing you'll want to do is open up the map and get to the cannon. Once at the cannon, turn the wheel all the way around and use the cannon. Once the wheel is turned, interact with it to shoot down the door. Follow the waypoints. Once you get to the green box, go ahead and shoot these locks off the box, which will spawn a boss. Once you shoot the last lock off, the boss will spawn, and he's not too bad, but once you do kill him, he'll drop something you need to pick up to open Pack-a-Punch. Once he's dead, go ahead and pick up the Erythium. Deposit the Erythium in the box, which will open Pack-a-Punch. Next, buy Quick Revive. Interact with the door right behind the perk, which is right here. We're going to go through how to build the wonder weapons and how to build the incantations of those wonder weapons. Each wonder weapon has its own incantation, which gives you a tactical slot ability, which is also very useful for the Easter egg and boss fight, and you need to complete each incantation and wonder weapon in order to progress with the Easter egg. Just keep in mind, there's no specific order you have to do the wonder weapons, no specific order that you have to build the incantations. You can do it however you see fit. Next, get to round 10, and what you're looking for is you're looking for these metal-headed zombies that are immune if you try to shoot them in the head. Go ahead and kill them, and they're going to drop a part. This part is called the stamp, which will give you access to the swords. 1 stamp per sword. These metal-headed zombies will spawn, sometimes multiple in the same round, and if you wait a little bit, they could spawn again. But if you notice that they haven't spawned in a couple of minutes, go ahead and push the round if you need to get more stamps. Head to a knight, interact with it so you can get your first sword. This sword is going to be the base sword, which now we're going to work on upgrading them. First sword we're going to upgrade is the fire sword. With the sword, head back where Jug is and interact with this little statue, depositing the sword. There are going to be 3 fire cauldrons around the map, starting with this one at spawn, which you can interact with. Once you interact with it, your health is going to be rapidly decreasing, but good news, there's going to be zombies that spawn. All you need to do is melee them, and it will bring you back to full health. Bring this fire all the way back to the dragon statue by Jug. Punch zombies all the way until you reach Jug, and deposit it in the statue. The next one is right outside spawn door. Interact with it. Head back to the statue. Once there, same thing, deposit it, and you're done with the second one. The next one is right by the cannon, on the left side of the cannon. Interact with it, and this time, since it's really close, deposit it. That is your third and final one. Pick up your fire sword. For the fire incantation, you're going to need Molotovs, and you're going to need to flame 3 haystacks, kind of like Dreisendrach, around the map, starting with that middle one right in front of the cannon. Next, right above Elemental Pop, there's a haystack right here. Go ahead and throw a Molotov. Each haystack will spawn in enemies, with the last haystack spawning in a mini-boss. The last haystack is on the left side of the cannon. Once the mini-boss spawns, go ahead and take him out, and he's going to drop Roz and... Next, with the Ankh, you need to interact with this glowing circle, which will spawn as soon as you get near it. Ads will spawn again, and you just need to kill enough zombies, and when you get enough zombie souls, the circle will disappear and a chest will spawn. You'll hear that little Easter egg cha-ching sound, and that means it's done. Once you have the little chest open, don't forget to melee it with your fire sword. When you melee it, it will actually unlock the fire incantation, which will take away your tactical slot, but this is needed for the Easter egg. Next sword we're going to do is the lion sword, which is the lion symbol, which is the light sword. When you pick up this sword, you're going to notice that flies are going to spawn, but these are special flies. They're going to be glowing, and when you get a kill with the fly, you're going to notice that your sword is going to be glowing. This is going to count as one charge. Each fly counts as one charge. You're going to need 4 charges to open a door. Head to where Speed Cola is and take your charge, and you're going to melee this door. That's 1 out of 4. Melee another fly, head back to the door, and melee the door again. Repeat this process 2 more times. Once you're ready, and I suggest that you have ammo for this, interact with this door right here. Go all the way to the podium and deposit your sword. When you deposit your sword, you're going to notice that symbols are going to be flying out of the sword, and look in the middle of the podium, and you need to shoot these symbols in order, starting with the first symbol right here in the middle. Once you shoot the symbol, it will change, and you need to shoot the next symbol. This is timed. You must shoot 4 symbols in order to complete this. You have to kind of make sure it goes into the middle, like that one, it did go in the middle. Next one I gotta shoot is Snowflake, so I'm gonna shoot Snowflake. Next one is Up Arrow, so I'm gonna shoot Up Arrow. And then the last one is the last one that's in the air. Once you shoot the last one, you can go ahead and pick up your sword. For the light incantation, you need to go to the knight's room, and you need to shoot these crystals, starting with the first crystal in the middle, then this second crystal coming from the entrance from the spawn. These things are a little finicky, but if you kind of move around the arena and kind of put a couple bullets here, a couple bullets there, it will work. Just kind of move around. Don't be at the same spot shooting it. Make sure you're in a different spot, and eventually it will go to where it needs to be. Once you align all crystals, a laser will hit this desk, unveiling a part that you can pick up. Go ahead and pick up the Paladin's brooch. Once you have the part, a glowing circle will spawn next to the knights. Go ahead and interact with it. It's going to go ahead and spawn a bunch of zombies. Once you've made enough kills, you'll notice that all the zombies will disappear, and you can go ahead and melee the box with your light sword. Now you can get the light incantation. For our third sword, we're going to be doing the stag symbol, which is our electric sword. First, you want to grab the first part right by Deadshot, and it's always going to be hanging right by these crates. Next, get dead wire on your gun. Go next to where Speed Cola is, and you're going to see this generator box right here. Shoot it with your dead wire weapon and pick up your second part. Next, keep killing zombies to get the third and final part. If you come here to where Pack-a-Punch and Quick Revive are, like to this general area, you'll get the part here faster from what I've been hearing, and it did work in my game. I did a whole round in spawn and didn't get the part to drop, but brought 1 zombie to Pack-a-Punch and got the part to drop. With all 3 parts, head to where the cannon is, and you'll notice this vase on the right hand side. Interact with it. I would recommend saving 3 to 4 zombies to do this step. That way you're not overcrowded in this area. You can get very overwhelmed very fast if you have a whole round worth of zombies. So definitely save 3 or 4 zombies before you do this. How this step works is you don't need to get kills. This is not kill based. It's just time based. and all you're waiting for is your sword to charge. It's going to be hit with lightning, and as soon as it's hit with lightning, you're going to notice your sword will be glowing, and all you need to do is melee the base. I'm just going to be training the zombies, waiting for my charge. As you can see, didn't get any kills. My charge came, and I was able to melee the base once again. Now for the third time, we're going to do the same thing. It's just a time-based, and you're just waiting for your sword to charge. As you can see, I have my last charge, melee the base, and now you can go ahead and place your sword in there. And it's just a couple second delay. Once the lights go away, the electricity goes away, you can go ahead and pick up your electric sword. For the electric incantation, we're right by Deadshot, and right by that electric part, shoot this horseshoe right here, and this will give you the first step to getting your electric incantation. Next, head to the cannon, and since you have the horseshoe now, you're going to be able to catch an electrical spark in the air, which is going to spawn an electrical cloud, which will either be on the left side, on the Speed Cola side, that side, or it could be on the Deadshot side, which in this game, it was the Deadshot side. If it is the Deadshot side and not the Speed Cola side, go ahead and grab your part, which is the Pegasus horseshoe. Next, with the horseshoe, head into spawn, and you're going to notice this glowing circle again, and same thing as the other two. You just need to kill enough zombies, and this glowing circle will disappear, exposing a chest. Once it's finished, don't forget to melee the chest. Now you have the electric incantation. Our fourth and final sword is the Raven Sword, which is the Void Sword. Head into the alchemical lab, and we're looking for a part. The first spawn out of 5 is right here. If your spawn location is here, which is the Raven Skulls, right here in the bookcase, you're going to need to know 2 symbols that you're going to enter in after you deposit the artifact and the sword, the Void Sword, the blank, base sword. You're going to need to know 2 symbols to enter in to get to the next step to this sword upgrade. For the Raven Skull, you need to know the air symbol, which is a triangle with a line through it, and then you need to know the Gemini symbol, which is this symbol on screen. If this is your location, take a screenshot of this because you're going to need to know this once we do get the spawn. The next possible spawn is right next to it on the right hand side of this bookcase, the same bookcase that the previous part was in. If you find your part here, your 2 symbols will be fire, which is just a triangle, and then Leo, which is this symbol on screen. For the third part is right to the right side of the bookcase in this little shelf. If you find your part here, which is of course the fish fossil, your 2 symbols are going to be water and Pisces. Water is the down triangle, and Pisces is the symbol shown on screen. The fourth possible spawn location is on this desk, right next to this skull. If your part location is here, the 2 symbols you need to know is water, which is upside down triangle, and then also Scorpio, which is the symbol shown on screen. For the 5th and final location, which is the ram's horn, it could be right here on the bookcase, which is on this location right here. If this is your spawn location, the 2 symbols you need to know for the ram's horn is fire, which is triangle, and then also Aries, which is the symbol shown on screen. If this is your part location, take a screenshot of this, and now we're going to head back to spawn. Once in spawn, you want to make your way to the bottom level, which is right here, the basement level, and right next to the crafting table, you want to place your artifact, and then go ahead and place your base Void Sword. The goal of this, as you can see, is rotating the inner ring and rotating the outer ring. You want to rotate each ring until you have the ones you need for your specific part. Now that we know what part we have and what symbols correlates to that part, which in this case is the ram's horn, we're going to rotate the inner ring and the outer ring to match our symbols. As said previously, Every game, this is different, and each time you play a game, you can have a different part. So depending on where you picked up your part, use the symbols that I showed you to finish this step. Once finished, you'll notice that you're going to have some awesome music, and you need to guide these orbs to the portal that spawns on the floor. Just try to save a crawler for this part because it kind of does get annoying training these orbs and also training zombies around. So it takes about 3 orbs per portal. Third and final location is right next to the billiards table. Go ahead and guide 3 orbs to this spot and it will disappear. Once the final orb had made it to the portal, you'll notice that another orb is spawned from that portal. Follow it to the basement and you can grab your void sword. Just make sure to interact with it once the orb reaches its destination. You'll get a cool little animation and you'll be able to pick up your sword. For the void incantation, make your way by Pack-a-Punch and take this fast travel. You're going to notice on the right hand side towards the exit, you need to shoot right here to shoot this bird off its ledge. Once the bird is flying, shoot it down and it's going to drop you a part. Go ahead and pick up the Raven's Talon. Next, make your way to Pulls, which is right underneath Stamina. Wait for this portal to spawn, just like the rest. Go ahead and interact with it. Once you kill enough zombies, the chest will spawn. Once finished, go ahead. Don't forget to melee your box to unlock your void incantation. Next, you're going to need to grab Melee Macchiato. Head down to Pools and you're going to notice that there's going to be this wall with some blue lettering behind it. Go ahead and punch it with your Melee Macchiato. You're going to need to hit 6 symbols in order from 6 vases found at spawn. Head to spawn, go into the bar area, and you're going to notice that these vases, there's 6 of them around the map, and you need to pay attention to these symbols. You're going to want to jot this down, draw on a separate piece of paper. You notice on top of this is Roman numerals, and this is 6. So this is going to be your last symbol that you need to enter into the wall. The next one is right here on the bar. Go ahead and interact with it, show your symbol, and go ahead and jot this down. The next one is right here on this dinner table. Go ahead and interact with it and jot this symbol down. This one is number 2. The next one is right across the way, right here on this dinner table. Same thing here. Go ahead and interact with it. This one is number 5, and as you can see, it's a sideways 6. Next one is right here on this corner, and this one is number 3. The next one, if you make your way all the way up to the top of the billiards, this one is number 4. Jot this symbol down, and now this is the final one. Now that we have our symbols, we're back here at Pulls, and from 1 through 6, we're going to go ahead and enter them. If you're in solo, I highly recommend you pausing it so it gives you enough time to search for the symbol. If you're anything like me, it takes me forever to search for a symbol inside mini symbols. So use your pause menu and just shoot the symbols in order 1 through 6. Once you shoot the last one, you'll notice that a red orb will spawn and move right next to it, exposing a book that's missing 4 pages, which we need to look around in Stamina Up area. There is a skip for this, and I will include the skip video in the description once I'm finished making it. It's probably going to be included within the next day or 2, but I will include it in the description. Next, make your way into the Stamina Up room. You're going to need to find 4 pages in this area that has different spawn points per page. The first spawn point or the first page we're looking for is in this area. Could be on that wall, could be on this wall. Mine is right there. It also could be on this box. So go ahead and pick up your part. For your second page, the spawn points could be here on this bed or on the desk. Mine was on this chair right here. It could also be on this bed right here. The third page will be right in front of Stamina Up in 3 possible locations. It could be right here on the TV. It could be right here on the couch. And it could also be where it is in my game by the TV. For the fourth and final page, make your way on the outside left of Stamina Up. It could be on the wall here. So look out for that little red glowing eye. Or it could be on this wall here, which in my game, it's right on the left side of the wall, which is right by the zombie. Once you grab the last page, you'll get a little quote, and then you can return to the pools area. Once you're at the pools, go back to the book, and you're going to place all 4 pages on the book. Once you deposit the pages, you're going to notice that from top left to bottom left, 1, 2, and then top right, which is 3, and then bottom right, which is 4. In this order, you need to light up traps around the map and get kills in the trap. It only takes about 8 to 10 kills per trap, but you need to do the traps in this order. So if you're in your game, because this could be different in every single game, head to the book, take a screenshot of this so you know which symbols you need to start in order. There are 6 trap locations located around the map. The first trap location is right by Deadshot. If you make your way from spawn and come up here, the first trap location is right here. Next trap location is right in front of the castle, right here in the middle. Next trap location is right by Speed Cola. If you make your way down here, it's located right here. Next trap location is right by Stamina Up, and this is always going to be your last trap, so no matter what, this is always going to be your last one, your 4th one, but this is the next trap location. The next trap location is right next to Pack-a-Punch, located right here. Next trap location is right up front of Quick Revive, located right here. Now that we know where all our trap locations are, all we need to do is match our book with the trap locations, starting from 1, then 2, and so forth. The first one in my game is regular eyeball. There's no eyelashes. As you can see, the last one, the 4th one, is an eyeball with eyelashes. So we just need to remember that. Our second one is going to be the swords with spikes. And then our third one is just going to be the regular eyeball with swords. This is just what I named them. You can name them whatever you want. And then you also have 2 dead traps, which is always going to have the sword with spike symbol and also the 2 red circles on it. If you notice that the 2 outer circles are lit and glowing, this means that this is a dead trap, which means that this location is a dead location and is not any of your 4 pages. Now all we have to do is find our first eye, which right here is my first eye. It's just a regular eye with nothing else in it, just an eyeball with no lashes. We check back to the book. It's going to be the top left one right here. As you can see, it has a little bit of a blood stain at the bottom, but that is the regular eye. Make sure you have enough zombies for this. It takes about 8 to 10 zombies, and it doesn't take that long. Once you start the trap, usually maybe 5 seconds, if not shorter, if you have enough of a horde. But once it's finished, you can go ahead and make your way back to the book to make sure you got it right. As you can see, we got it right, and the color is no longer there. Now we're up to our second trap. Here's our second symbol, and this one is the spikes with no circles on the outside. Get your 8 to 10 kills, and you can go ahead and move on to your third symbol. The third symbol happens to be by Speed Cola, and this one is the eyeball with just the swords with no spikes. Make sure you have enough zombies, and go ahead and finish out this one. And as I said previously, the last one is always going to be in front of Stamina Up. Go ahead and finish this one, 8 to 10 kills. You're going to notice that you're going to get a quote signifying that you've done this right. Once the last trap is finished right by Stamina Up, a red orb is going to travel to this wall here. And you'll notice that the red orb has spawned Roman numerals from 1 to 4, starting from the top, and then right being 2, bottom being 3, and the left being 4. You have to jot this order down because you need to head into the knight's room and interact with each knight by throwing an incantation at it and then throwing the weapon inspect with your sword out. Next, head into the knight's room, and in the order that we just got from the wall, grab the incantation for the sword that you're doing. You're going to go ahead and use your incantation and press your interact button, and once you do so, the knight will give you a little salute, and you can place the sword in the slot. In my game, the next sword I have to do is the lion sword, and I need to grab the incantation for the light sword. I'm gonna head to the knight, throw the incantation, throw my inspect, and the knight's gonna salute again. Go ahead and deposit your sword. Do this for the other 2 knights in the order that you got from the wall.
Major gift for the Dragon Knight.
Once complete, you're in the home stretch here. You're going to be getting the Mystic Orb. All you need to do is pick up the Mystic Orb, and you need to do 4 lockdowns around the map according to the elements of your swords. Go ahead and pick up your orb. Next, we're going to be doing the light room, which is this room here, the knight's room, by interacting with this wall here, placing the Mystic Orb, and then interacting with it again to start the lockdown. Now in this lockdown, you don't have to get kills. All you need to do is run through the orb, and you're going to notice a orb is going to fly out of it and head to where you interacted with for the Mystic Orb. So you need to run through about 10 to 12 of these, and once you've finished running through them, you're going to notice that this step will be completed. Saving a zombie doing this step is very helpful, as there's going to be a bunch of zombies spawning, and as long as you don't kill the one zombie that's from your round, this round will not end. Once it's finished, you can go ahead and pick up the Mystic Orb. The next one we're going to be doing is the fire lockdown. Go ahead and grab your fire sword and grab another incantation, which is your fire incantation, which will help with this lockdown. Go ahead and interact with this and interact with it twice. The second time, starting the lockdown. Best way to complete this lockdown is using the incantations on a horde of zombies. If you use 3 to 4 of them on 3 to 4 pile-ups, you can finish this fairly easy. You can also finish this using the sword and sword melee abilities, but only every other melee sword swipe will count. So only the special ability and the incantations are the fastest one to finish that one. Don't forget to pick up your orb. Next one we're going to do is the stag, which is the electric sword. Head to spawn, grab your incantations, and then you can place your Mystic Orb right here. Once you're ready, go ahead and interact with it a second time to start the lockdown. Once you finish this lockdown by using the incantations or using the sword special ability, you can go ahead and pick up your Mystic Orb. Next, we're going to be doing the Void lockdown. Head to the pools area, and hopefully you already have some Void incantations, but if you don't, there is one available here. If you do bring one here, though, you get to use 4 of them like we did with the fire one. You can also do that with the electric one, but this one works the same. You can only get the kills that count with the sword's special ability or with the incantations. Using the incantations, though, you don't get much souls. You will need to charge your Void Sword by getting melee kills. That's the fastest way to complete this. And once you get the melee kills, you'll have your special. You'll use the special to go ahead and finish this lockdown. Sometimes the special is a little finicky. You have to press it a couple of times, but as you can see, once you get enough souls with either the special ability or the incantations, this will be finished and you can pick up the Mystic Orb. Make your way by stamina up, down the stairs, and on this wall, place the Mystic Orb. This will open up a secret room. Grab the Guardian Key. Now at this point, you're going to want to prep for the boss fight. This boss fight is very hectic. You're going to want to have all your perks, the perks that you see on screen. You're going to want to have your Sally and Forth, at least at a purple rarity, and then also a tier 2 Pack-a-Punch if you're going into the boss fight before round 25. If you're going in after round 25, I will suggest Pack-a-Punching to tier 3 at gold rarity. You're going to want to bring in the light sword for this boss fight. The light sword recharges your shield every time you swipe a melee attack, but the sword has to be fully charged. So don't use your alt ability at all in the boss fight. Don't use it before the boss fight. Make sure it's fully charged. Another thing you want to make sure of is having the light incantation already equipped on you. I already have 2 of them on you. When you're ready, go ahead and place the key, the guardian key down, and the boss fight will start. If you time out popping your Aether Shroud to when you get in, you can pretty much sword swipe as soon as the health bar comes out. So it's a little bit of a timing thing, but if you time it right, you get a little bit more DPS. And what you're going for is you're breaking his armor, starting with his feet. And once you expose and destroy his armor, you expose a weak spot, which then you have to destroy the weak spot. His weak spots are at his arms, gauntlets, his shoulders, his chest piece, and his legs. However, if you have a bad damage phase, he does have several attacks. If you're not able to keep meleeing at him, and you're unable to use your incantation to keep you alive while you melee at him, he has a stomp attack, which right there is very dangerous because it has an AoE attack on the ground that stays there for about 10 to 15 seconds and keeps damaging you. So be careful of that because he does close down the arena. He also spits fire, and every time he spits fire, it closes down a huge circle of the arena. The whole point of using the melee strat is so you can bypass these attacks. It doesn't matter if you use your slide, he's still gonna hit you. So you gotta kind of time it out. You gotta look at him as he's attacking you. That way you can kind of dodge left or dodge right. He also has an attack where he jumps at you and has this circle that goes above, like on the ground, so you know where he's jumping to. But that attack does a lot of damage, so just be careful as you make your way through this boss fight. Try to break his armor on his shoulders and his gauntlet, and once you break the armor, get the weak points. Once he's in the middle, all you have to do is kill zombies during this phase after the first damage phase, and the whole point and thing you want to focus on is building your field upgrade and keeping your shielding. Before phase 2 starts, make sure to pick up a light incantation. Once you see the health bar appear, pop your Aether Shroud and just do damage. Try to hit the sweet spots, hit the red glowing spots. Like I wasn't hitting the leg right there, I should have hit the leg. But go for all the weak spots and jump if you have to get it. But the whole point of this strat, like I said in phase 1, is you need zombies to heal. So pay attention to your health and pay attention to your shielding. So if you have to back away, back away. And in phase 2, his attacks are a lot more aggressive, and he does them in a lot more of an aggressive pattern. Or when he spits flame at you, he does it 3 times, and then he jumps at you like 2 times, and then he like runs at you for like, 15 seconds. Plus, if he hits you with that hammer, he can basically throw you across the room, which is very dangerous in phase 3 because lava is just everywhere, and the lava does incredible damage to you. And just to show you how much damage this lava does, I just was half health and all the way to 0 right here within a second. So I suggest always kind of keep an eye on him. Do sword attacks when you can, when there's zombies, in a safe way. And if there's not, then, you know, back up, do some damage with your weapons. Once you do enough damage, this phase will be over and he will go to the middle and you can start your last lockdown. Lava will grow on the outsides of the arena, making it a lot smaller. So you're only going to have the inner ring here to kind of run around in. And this goes the same thing with when the final phase starts. You will also have an amalgam spawn during this last lockdown. Just save a fire incantation or an electric incantation and you can one-shot them. Pick up your light incantation and start doing damage. Just keep in mind that the outside rings are all filled up with lava, so you have to be very careful of his hammer attack because it will throw you in the lava. Use your incantations as you can and as needed. Pay attention to your health, pay attention to your armor, do damage, and back away if you need to. When he uses his hammer attack and his spit attack, just keep in mind he's shortening the playing field a lot. So make sure that you're picking up the light incantations as frequently as possible. Make sure you're paying attention to your health and armor. You have to pay attention to it, otherwise you can die so quickly trying to do this boss fight. Use everything you can. Aim for the chest piece since we got it exposed now with the sword. And once you do enough damage, the boss fight will be completed. And GG's, you have completed the Citadelle Des Morts boss fight. Now, this boss fight was a challenge. Was a huge challenge for me. I don't know, it was something about his attacks where it involved a lot of timing, and I didn't know my timing has been this off lately, so it was good to, you know, finally get to know the attacks and what strat best works, and I hope this guide helped you out. If this guide did help you out, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps us out. As you can see, 98% of the people who view my videos are not currently subscribed, and it would really help out if you would hit that like and subscribe button. I'll catch you guys on the next video.